Happy Saturday morning, May 16, 2020, from Blakely Island, Washington. This is a brief introduction to my trip to town video to explain the background of what was going on. I returned to Blakely Island on Monday, March 9, after 4 months in Iowa and another month, or 5 weeks actually, traveling the long route back, including a trip to Hawaii. On the day I returned to Blakely, I bought $375 worth of food at Costco and Hagen in Burlington, Washington, near Anacortes. Soon after I arrived back here, Washington Governor Jay Inslee imposed a shelter-in-place order set to expire on Monday, May 4. I resolved to try to comply with the order and also to keep myself safe by sheltering in place here at my home on the south end of Blakely Island. That was a little over 8 weeks, and this island does not have a grocery store, at least in the off-season. 8 weeks without a trip to a grocery store is a long time, and I ended up eating almost everything in my cabin. For me, the highlight was finding an unopened 5-pound package of whole wheat flour that expired in March 2015, a little more than 5 years ago. I opened it, some friends sent me some yeast, and I made whole wheat bread. The recipe called for small amounts of white flour, which I did not have, so I substituted almond flour. Why I had that, I have no idea, and proceeded to make the bread. The internet has informed me that almond flour is more dense even than whole wheat flour, so my bread came out in brick-like loaves. If you are a baker or are interested, this is what my whole wheat bread loaves look like. This is my last loaf, and I have enjoyed eating it. Finally, on Monday, May 4, Governor Inslee extended the shelter-in-place order until the end of May, and I could not make it another 4 weeks without additional food. As it turns out, in the process of working outdoors in my forest, I had suffered what I thought was probably a puncture wound in my back from the branches of a tree which was dead, and the top had blown off and was on the ground. I was cutting up the top with a chainsaw and later burned it in the video that I just posted. Anyway, one of the branches stuck me pretty good in the middle of my back and I couldn't see it. In any event, with the shelter-in-place order extended, on Tuesday, May 5th, I took a water taxi from South Blakely to Anacortes, drove to Burlington, went to a walk-in emergency care clinic, got my infection treated and some antibiotics prescribed, and bought $750 worth of food at Costco and Hagen. The emergency clinic wanted me to return 3 days later to confirm that the infection was in fact going down, to change the bandage, because again I couldn't reach it. So on Friday, May 8th, I went back to town. This recording is of that second trip to town when I had less on my plate and not as strong a desire to buy food. As it turns out, I did buy another $450 worth of food, again at Costco and at Hagen. At the time, Costco required a mask. At the time of this filming, they still require a mask, and they limited meat purchases to 3 packages. With these $1,200 worth of groceries, of which less than 100 is booze, I think I can make it till the 4th of July. Oddly enough, I now have lots and lots of white flour. Friends have sent me yeast from all over the United States, and no whole wheat flour, so I guess I'm going to be eating white bread. The infection in my back is cured. I don't have any reason to go to town to see a doctor any longer, so it's back to quarantine at the south end of Blakely Island. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. And thank you very much for watching.